parents. Today I want to talk to you about prompting. Another word for prompting is guiding. When I talk about prompting your child, what I'm asking you to do is help your child be successful by perhaps physically guiding them or using another form to help them understand what the expectation is, what the direction is, or how you want them to perform a task. When we talk about prompting, we have least restrictive to most restrictive. And when I talk about most restrictive, what I mean is physically guiding your child to follow through with a task. When I'm talking about least restrictive, I mean perhaps just a gesture, maybe just a verbalization, maybe modeling the action. You can have a different variety of strategies to use when you're talking about prompting your child to follow an activity or task. So, for example, let's say we want your child to give you a ball. You have a ball nearby, maybe the child is next to the ball, and you can say, "Give me ball." That would be the least restrictive prompt, or maybe this is just your initial direction. The child has not responded. So, what is that next step to help your child understand what you mean when you say, "Give me ball"? Maybe you can point to the ball and point back to your hand. You can say, "Give me ball." And then you wait. If your child is still not responding, let's think, what is that next level to help them understand what you mean when you say, "Give me ball"? Maybe the next step is you modeling the action, taking the ball and saying, "Give me ball." And then that final step, if they are still not following that direction, that would be you physically taking your child and bringing them the ball, or having them bring you the ball, I mean. Now, why do we start with least restrictive to most restrictive? Well, it's so that you can understand how much support your child really needs. Do they really understand what you're asking them? And then from there, you can figure out what exactly is it that you need to teach them. When you're talking about prompting, you are using that strategy to help your child understand an expectation, be it a task or an activity. And then you need to decide how much level of support does your child need, starting with that least restrictive to the most restrictive. I like to think of it as a magic 3. Think of 3 different levels of prompting that you can do to get your child to learn a skill. What is a least restrictive, then a moderately restrictive, and then finally that most restrictive prompting to have them be successful. Before you even begin to prompt your child, though, when you give that direction, make sure that your child is paying attention to you. So think about what distractions might be in your child's view that could be preventing them from following the direction. Are you asking the direction when you're in the kitchen and they're in the playroom? Because that could be them just not listening, not paying attention. They're distracted by their toys. What you could do is, before you give the direction, be face to face, be at eye level to make sure that they are paying attention to you when you give your direction.